Hi, welcome and thank you for tuning in. We're laughing because I just went to position myself like this and she's told me off.
Yeah,
So,
don't sit like that.
so this is Caroline Bauch. And Caroline and I are both German, and we met through networking, and Caroline does something very unique, a technique called Vitametik.
Vitametik, yes.
Yeah, but we'll get to what that is first in a minute.
Yeah.
But first, let's get to who do you help with who, what kind of clients come to you,
Yeah.
what kind of issues are they facing?
Yeah, oh, that's a really good question, because I guess sometimes it's really varied, but most of my clients do have issues with their back. A lot of them have lower back pain. Sometimes it radiates down to the legs, sometimes it radiates more to the upper back, but I would say most 90% of my clients come for lower back issues, whether it's tension pains, other sort of pains, or just feeling something's not quite right.
Yeah, and that's what I just had. Yeah, I mean I don't have back pain, but yeah, the neck is like an ongoing thing. So that was very interesting. And then she forced me to relax afterwards, and I was like, oh, we don't have to do that. But
It's
that was
non-negotiable.
No, she doesn't want people to get in their car right away and then be back to that. Yes. So the people that come to you with often back pains and stuff like that, how will that affect their mind? So obviously, you know, my work as a hypnotherapist, I work with everything above the spine really, but I feel like they always connected. I don't feel that health is separated into physical and mental. It's like so connected.
Yes.
But how could back pain or the issues your clients are facing impact their mental health?
I think I agree with you, because everything's connected, and we can even, for me, extend it to the energy body too. And if you experience physical pain, especially for a prolonged time, it will impact your mental health. Because experiencing pain, everyone has had toothaches, it really impacts you. And if it is pain that limits you in terms of your movements or anything, then that will hold you back as well, and you feel limited, you feel disappointed, you feel held back. And again, that will, maybe not allow you to, let's say, do exercise. But for me, for example, doing exercise, it will free my mind. But if I don't, and I quite often find myself not doing enough exercise, but if it's because of an injury, and I'm pointing to my knee, don't know why, but because I can't go for a run because I've injured my knee, that will impact my mental health negatively. But the other way around as well, if you've got a bad mental health, it will impact your physical body. So it is somewhat like a vicious cycle, so to say.
100% agree. So this technique you're using, Vitametik, you brought that over from Germany.
Yes.
I think you're the only one in the UK currently doing that. But it's very unique, but yet I feel like almost everyone can benefit from it, because who hasn't got like neck ache, back ache, stuff in the knees and misalignment. So bring me to what is Vitametik. It's difficult because in German it would be pronounced different.
Yeah, so in German we would say Vitametik, and I tend to pronounce it Vitametik. But most of my clients say Vita, because it's similar to vitamins, vital, but you will catch me saying Vitametik.
So what is it? I mean, I know now because I've just had a session, and I didn't really know what to expect.
Yes, it's really difficult to explain, to be honest, without having someone physically in the room, and even I've explained to you the whole session.
And still I didn't know
you were like, oh, that was interesting, you said, I think.
So what's maybe rather than explaining what it is, what would be the benefits of receiving that technique?
So you just think about the sort of stresses we encounter on a daily basis, and these stresses will bring your body into a fight or flight response, and because we encounter them daily, so it sort of accumulates and becomes chronic, And with this, the changes to our body for the stress response so that we can fight or flight will manifest as well.
Yes.
And one of them is chronic muscle tension. So when you think about if you want to be able to do this, so you get muscle tension. If you want to run, you need muscle tension. To protect yourself, I've explained to you before, our neck muscles tense up so we protect our spine that enters the skull. And when we encounter chronic stress, we have chronic muscle tension. And although we have symmetrical muscles and these sort of things, we don't tense up symmetrically.
Yeah.
So meaning you might be more tense on the right side, might be more tense on the left side. And with how beautifully our body is compensating, because our spine is flexible and movable, we then also compensate this tension and ultimately bring ourselves out of alignment. We call it alignment, meaning you get like an S-shaped curve similar to scoliosis in your spine. We get a tilt or twist in your pelvis, and then that shows in your legs. And that's what one of the measures I use is leg length difference, because if you get a twist in here, it pulls up your pelvis, pulls up your legs, and it looks like one of your legs is shorter than the other.
Really interesting how you said when you tense up there and your body doesn't then relax, but it just adjusts the whole frame basically.
And it's because we tell our body over time, because we encounter on our laptop working like this, on our phones, in the car, that this is how I want to hold myself. And the body overrides the relaxed positioning of your muscles with the tensed up, because I'm telling it that's how I want to be. And so that's why your body doesn't let go of it. But that's what, in Vitametik, with that pressure point I apply, tell our body. So this basically resembles this information the body is now missing, because it's not forgotten, it replaced it with the chronic muscle tension.
So you do what I do, but like on a whole different level, like on a physical level, helping override this old information basically, which I love. So how many sessions would you say someone would ideally need? And we were talking about this before. So we're talking about people often have this chronic tension, meaning like all the time, and they carry it around with them for so long. So it's not a quick fix. It's not like, oh, you just come here once and then you kind of fixed. This is more of a journey, and sometimes a bit of an up and down, which I see with clients as well. You call it a healing crisis. In hypnotherapy, call it an up-reaction if someone feels basically worse after a session. And it's very normal, just that way of releasing from your body, mind. So how often would clients come to see you, or how long for? So this is very individual.
It is very individual and really depends on every person's journey. So one would be, how long have they had the, let's call it the discomfort, let's say how long have you had your neck tensions? And that pretty much dictates how long your body will need to heal. But then it also depends how well your body responds to the Vitametik impulse, to relaxation, because ultimately it's a relaxation technique. And also a little bit how much misaligned you are. I've had clients with 5 centimeters of a leg length difference, and I can't say from the first session whether that will go down gradually, as in like half a centimeter or so each session, or whether it will go down sort of by halving. So it could, next time I see that person, they might have 4 centimeters or 2.5 or even less. It really depends on each body and how they respond. What I can say is we always start with weekly sessions, and the sessions will always look the same. And then once you come to my bench and you've got no leg length difference, we know your misalignment has corrected itself. And then we start to increase the session, sort of the interval between the sessions. We go from weekly to every other week to every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, until your body has learned to hold the relaxed tension on its own, without the Vitametik intervention.
That's amazing. And we shared a few stories before, but for the viewers who haven't heard all our chit chat, and it wasn't chit chat.
No.
Caroline is so knowledgeable. She explained things to me that you'd think I should know all about stress. And I mean, I know a lot. I don't know everything. And what you said about, protecting the neck, because this is what the wild animals would go for back in the day, and this is where you could easily bleed out, basically, and this is where you keep it at. Things like that, I had no idea.
I wouldn't say it's just the bleeding out, because obviously so it's the most vulnerable position of your body where your spine enters the skull. And if you think about all the nerve connections, if you get a damage to the lower part of your body, you might get some paralysis of your legs, but you can still survive. If you get damage high up, you might lose some more functions, but you most likely will be able to survive. But it's very critical to your neck, right? So that's basically a life or death situations. That's the first stress response, really. And that's why everyone, when I say, if you're stressed, you do this, everyone nods and says, yes, I do as well.
Do you?
Everyone does, because it's so inherent, is that the right word? It's like, we are born with this reaction because it's just a natural reaction. Can
you share, for those viewing this, one success story, no matter how small or big, but just any client, pick one?
I think my favourite story really is one of my male clients I had, and he got recommended, or his wife recommended him to me. Is that the right word? And he had lower back pain for over 4 years, and he couldn't quite pinpoint why he had it, but he just said, look, he's a barber, standing up all day. He said, I can't rest. And I said, are you training your core? I said, well, I can't because I'm in pain. And then he tried to exercise before he saw me, and then injured his back because he was compensating in the wrong way. And he rated his lower back pain 8 out of 10 at the first session, and he relied on daily painkillers. He said the first thing he did in the morning was to pop an ibuprofen so he could go through the day. And so after his first session, he said, Cara, I didn't have to take a painkiller for the first 3 days. And I was like, that's a big win for me, because who wants to take painkillers every day? Well, I don't. And he said, and I would rate my pain 4 out of 10. And I was like, so your pain halved. We didn't see a difference in his legs. He was so tense in his whole body. We didn't see a shift in his leg length difference for the first 3 sessions, but he noticed a change in his pain reception every session. And that's one of the things I explained to you as well. People go up and down with leg length difference sometimes, because if you've got so much stress or tension, he couldn't make changes to the way he stands or goes about his day, really. So we knew it will take a little bit longer for his progress, but he stuck with his weekly sessions. He missed a couple, but it was like sickness and holidays. Sometimes you just can't prevent. But one day he came and said, you've got no leg length difference. And I was like, and the whole week no pain. And I was like, isn't that amazing, right? And then we started to taper off, so we didn't miss a week, miss 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and so on. And he started about a year ago, and I've not seen him back in my clinic because he's not got lower back pain again. And he says, I can now manage and go to the gym and work out the appropriate muscle parts that he had to skip in the past because of pain. So he can work on his posture by working on his core, even though he still has to stand every day. And sometimes I've seen him once cutting my son's hair. It's like, I know why you've got lower back pain, because it's inherent in his posture. And it's something you can't just change your job because of lower back pain, but you can work around it and find a solution otherwise.
I think it's very important as well that you take this time and you do this properly and you go on this journey. What we offer is not a quick fix.
No.
This, whether it's in the body and you hold chronic tension for 10 years, 20 years, all your life, or when people come to me and they've been struggling with anxiety for God knows how many years, it's not a quick fix. It's a journey, and I think you'd love to go on that journey with
Yes,
people.
yes.
So if you have any of those symptoms, back pain, neck pain, migraines you mentioned, this is your story.
Yeah, not quite
This is,
migraines. I had chronic headaches.
Chronic
as a teenager.
headaches.
Yes,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, lots of pains basically.
Yes. Pains you maybe don't know where they're coming from. If you can't pinpoint sort of a cause. Or also if you've tried everything else.
Yeah.
You've tried the massages and I don't know.
But ideally don't try everything else first.
No,
Just
just
come to
to me.
Caroline at Relax Beyond.
Yes.
Is it .co.uk?
.co.uk.
Relaxbeyond.co.uk or find her on socials.
Yes, Facebook, Instagram.
Is it Caroline? No, it's Relax Beyond.
It's Relax Beyond, or you can find me on my personal profile as well, which is Caroline Bauch. Yeah.
So come and check this out, and that's it
Thank
for
you very
us
much.
today. Bye bye.
Bye.